Welcome to Toffee TV. It is any other business. We know you've missed us. We had a week off last week. Baz could not find a suitable replacement for me. There's just no one in the world that he could.
It was just wacky.
Like, what? Which?
Talking about what?
What?
Sex robots.
Sex robots?
This morning.
Having sex? What?
With a dinosaur.
With a dinosaur, yeah. So we're back. We're back! Baz, what are we starting off with? You've just mentioned something to me and I was like, what are you on about? Even that seems weird for you.
Mate, I've seen it the other day and I thought it's any other business material. There's a genius Russian boy that can remember his previous life on Mars in astounding detail.
Is it David Bowie? Or is it David Bowie?
That's for another time. Boris Karikniakov, something like that. He's demonstrated a remarkable grasp of scientific and astronomical concepts. The genius Russian boy believes he had a previous life on Mars, and his parents believe him. The curious case of Boriska Karikniakov, now aged 20, continues to startle experts, and claims he was a Martian pilot and travelled to Earth when he was reborn in 1996. He says the human race has much more knowledge to unlock, and the Great Sphinx in Egypt holds the key. He said there's a lock behind one of the ears which will open this Sphinx, and human life will change when the Sphinx is opened. It has an opening mechanism somewhere behind the ear. I do not remember exactly, claims Boriska. The outlandish claims have sparked endless discussion on conspiracy theory websites. He's displayed a much higher than average intelligence from a young age. He was reading, writing and speaking by 18 months old. He became famous in Russia for this. So this is mad. He also said there was like 7-foot people living underground on Mars, and Mars was changed because of a nuclear explosion or a nuclear, blast or something on Mars.
Weird.
How berserk is this? No one has been able to prove that he's lying.
Well, I was going to say, there's no way of disproving it. And actually, I'm not going to sit here and go, "Whoa, what a knobhead," or "He's full of..." Because genuinely, there's no way I can sit here and go, "He's absolutely talking crap," because there's no way anyone. You just can't.
You can't
say that, because I mean, ultimately, he's probably a very, very intelligent lad who's got maybe, I don't know, just not going to say an overactive imagination, but I don't know, maybe a couple of cross pathways or something.
I'd say he hasn't though.
I'm not saying, no, I'm not having a go, I'm just saying that's like the more likely scenario. And you find that with kids, not kids nowadays, but there are a lot of highly, highly intelligent kids that also have other issues.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of kids with like autism and stuff now that are highly, highly intelligent, but you know, their social skills or whatever aren't there. But this kid is just, I don't know, either got an idea in his head and just run with it because his brain's telling him that's real, or he is legitimate.
Well, he's full on legitimate. All you need.
I want to think he's legitimate.
I'm believing him.
I'm going with it. I'm saying it's real. I'm saying it's real.
I'm taking the ball. I'm a runner with it.
I'm just saying it's real.
Imagine if he did, right? And he could just remember like his previous life, but in his previous life he lived on Mars.
See, the thing with the Sphinx as well, right? That kind of stuff fascinates me, because I think last week they found in one of the I can't remember which one it was exactly. I should have looked into it, because actually it would have been a good story as well. They found a large void in one of the it was either one of the pyramids or one of the.
Oh yeah, in a pyramid.
Yeah, they found a large void in there. That
Despicable Me being there.
Yeah, that would suggest that there was something in there, and there's so many mysteries that have been, like, you know, have been almost forgotten about. Some of them, or some of them we haven't got to the bottom of them, or things like that with the pyramid, where you're like, well, what's the meaning of this, or what did they truly look like, or what were they truly for, or who are the
what was the point of them? No one's been able to find.
But that's what I'm saying. Were they you know, statues to pharaohs, or were they statues to someone a god they believed in, or you know, you don't know, and that's where obviously that's what opens the door for all. We all think we know it all. We all think we know it all, and I've said for ages the problem with the world is there's a lack of mystery left in it. But there's still a little bit of mystery.
Well, listen to this.
Go on.
He's 21. He claims he's from Mars, been sent to Earth to save humans from apocalyptic nuclear war. He claims his own race of Martians were virtually wiped out in a nuclear conflict thousands of years ago, and he fears we are heading in the same direction. He warns we'll face the same fate of his people if we don't listen to his warnings. He claims he's not the only child from outer space on Earth, claiming that others sent here. Like bloody, that's like heroes.
You know what this reminds me of?
He claims they're all reincarnations, and he refers to them as the Indigo Children, who have supernatural abilities.
This reminds me of, I don't know if you'll remember this in the 80s, a program called Toffee. Oh, go on YouTube and type in Toffee for some of the weirdest shit. Basically, it was this kid, and this alien used to come to him, and the alien comes to him. It was like 80s, so the special effects were terrible, and it was like this green, like it would change, but it would talk to him. Oh, it was grim, because you go back now and you think, oh my god, this kid would have been seen as an absolute mentalist. It was just this voice talking to this kid. Chucky would like you, and he'd go, no, Chucky, no, I can't do that, Chucky. Oh, it was horrible. And he was from like this alien race as well, and he'd come across oh, it's weird.
Well, he started speaking after a few months. He was by the age of 1. He was able to read, write, draw, and paint. Teachers couldn't help notice his incredible writing when he was in kindergarten, and his astonishing language talents and memory skills.
I'm surprised he hasn't been locked up to be tested on.
Berserk, isn't it?
At least he's got a good message. At least he's saying, no nukes.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
No more nukes.
That's what we're saying.
That's what he's basically saying.
There you go.
Fascinating.
I thought it was incredible to see, especially if it's.
I can't wait for when he's on this morning.
Oh my god!
And Holly's like.
Holly and Phil will love that. What about this one? Baby monkey passes out after 10 hours. Passes out for 10 hours after a caffeine overdose after he'd stolen a Taurus strong coffee. The thirsty, long-tailed macaque.
Yeah, I know.
Macaque's a bird. Macaque stole a brief Taurus motorbike. He collapsed into. It's not funny, but he's basically robbed the coffee. It's been too strong for him. He's been caffeined off his tits.
Oh, that sounds boss.
And was out for 10 hours. The veterinarian. I mean, look at his face. He looks like Doc Cotton, doesn't he? He's gone. Search for the macaque. He actually looks like he's from Mars. Maybe that's Boris knows who he is. Looks like E.T. gone wrong, doesn't he?
Dead.
And look, giving him the big one. At the end. I mean,
where was this?
Monkeyed about.
Where did it happen?
Let me have a look. Probably
China. Probably China.
Bangkok.
Was he just like a monkey living in the streets?
Yeah, just bouncing around the streets. Probably look and go and see what I can get today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mad.
Essentially.
Mad. Right, let's move on.
Go on.
I think it's really important we talk about this. The shit that's going down in the entertainment world is absolutely mad. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago it was Harvey Weinstein, and then last week Kevin Spacey. I mean, the thing with Kevin Spacey is I seen the thing quite late on in the night about the lad who'd said it, and I just thought it was going to be one of those accusations that sort of wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then the fucking next minute, Kevin Spacey's career's gone.
It's gone.
House of Cards, gone.
Yeah.
Finished,
yeah.
Just gone, done. Finishing it. Probably going to kill him off in one of the shows without get another actor from behind, banging the head, dead. Yeah. That's gone. He was in a new film that's due out next month, and all his scenes are getting reshot with a different actor. So he's completely going to get erased from that. Netflix have cut all ties with him. He was in the process of making a new film. That's gone. It's absolutely incredible. And the mad thing is, these things have obviously been there for years. And with the Weinstein thing, it was people couldn't come forward because they knew their careers would be finished.
Yeah.
And it seems the same with someone like Kevin Spacey. There's more people coming forward now saying, you know, allegedly that he assaulted their family members or whatever. And it's absolutely incredible. There's Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
has come out and said he's basically like almost like the poster child for abuse in Hollywood. He was around in the 80s with obviously Corey Haim, and he was in some of my favourite films growing up, and you just see it was sad the way they went, and it was like, oh, you know, because you heard all these stories when you were younger, you know. I remember like those two especially, you know, like listening to the Goonies and Stand By Me, and Corey Haim was in like things like the Lost Boys together, and you just think, you heard all these stories. Oh, they're off their heads on drugs and drink because they, you know. And there was obviously also what's her name? Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
she was in E.T. and then she was like a rock and roll child on drugs and drink by the time she was 12. And you look back at that and you just think, someone gives them that stuff.
They were abused
to do other stuff. And now there's this story about Charlie Sheen allegedly raping fucking Corey Haim on the set of his first film, and you're just like, no wonder all these kids were fucked in the 80s, because if all these things were happened to them, like they said, I mean, Corey Feldman said there was a huge paedophile ring in Hollywood. There was this club all the young kids used to get invited to, like, so they could all be within their own sort of bubble.
Yeah.
And assaults were happening while they were there, and they didn't know nothing about it. It's fucking absolutely grim. And you see them later in life, and obviously Corey Haim died, and you just think, fucking hell.
He's a drug addict, wasn't he? Because obviously if he's living with this kind of stuff, and you know, and tell anyone and you won't work again, and this, that, and the other, which obviously all goes on, you know, will fuck you up, won't it? Essentially, you know. And sadly, this will be the tip of the iceberg, but it's the iceberg starting to
well, we've seen it with political figures as well. It was funny last week because the MP went last week, the defence minister in the UK, and even the woman that he did it to by touching her knee. Oh, this is stupid. But it's not though, because once that happened, then other people come forward and said, well, he tried this on with me, and he tried that on with me. And we had the Welsh fella who's killed himself within the space of 2 days of being accused, killed himself. And you're like, and people are like, oh, this is stupid. This is like political correctness getting out of hand just because, you know, a man might pat a woman on the arse or something. You're like, hang on, it's not though, is it? This is some deep shit. This is like fucking proper grim. And it's not just men pushing themselves on women, it's men pushing themselves on kids as well. It's fucking dark.
Goes on.
Really, really dark.
What's reported is, oh yeah, he touched me on the arse, but when you dig, it's not just he touched me on the arse, is it? Well, yeah, because he's getting ready to do X, Y, and Z to it, like he's done to them. That's what it's like. I mean, the thing with the entertainment industry, that has been prevalent for years.
The casting couch.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's.
But even that, isn't that sad?
Oh, it's terrible.
No, but what I mean isn't that sad that we all know about that? Everyone knows about the casting couch, but you just almost go, oh, the casting couch. Who did you shag to get to the top? And you're like, well, hang on, it's a fucking real thing. Everyone's known about it for years, and everyone's just gone, well, it's just a thing. It's like, it should not be a thing. It should not be a thing. If people are supposed to be getting to the top on the merits of their ability, and then someone says, well, if you want that job, you're going to have to, you know, do something you don't want to do. Then suddenly that's like, well, hang on. If that's the only way to get ahead in life, then not only is it horrible, but it also means there's a lot of shitty people doing very important jobs because they were prepared to do something that someone who was more qualified. Do you know what I mean? It's got so many layers.
You know that's the truth, don't you? You know that's happening because there's the people who you go in and are saying it. So people in them positions of power are like, well, I'm prepared to overlook her. You know, she's not gonna blow me off, but you will.
To be honest.
That's what, at least, that's the least thing that's happened, isn't it? But she will, so you're going to get the job, and the people who are on principle, I'm a really good actress or actor, I'm not going to suck you off to get a film, but others will go, well, you know what, so I'm going to have sex with someone, I'll have it with you if it means me getting to.
Do you know the mad thing?
I mean?
No, the mad thing.
Right.
No, but do you know the mad thing about it is you see all these people. You see like some fucking Katie Hopkins, the horrible, dirty twat, right? Who said a few things last week. Well, I have slept with people, right? And then, but then she's the first.
She slept with people to get.
She said that. She said that.
No, I'm fine.
But then she's the first kind of person to say, why do we have quotas in work? So why is a disabled person getting a job, or why is a person from an Asian background or a black background getting this job? It's quotas. When she's saying on the other hand, saying, well, I am prepared to sleep. I'm not the best person for the job, but I'm prepared to shag that fella to get the job. It's fucking bad. And then you've got, but it's not. But what's sad is it's not just clearly not just it's clearly not just the people keeping it. It's elements of the media as well who obviously know what's going on, but they keep it all quiet as well because they're all part of it as well. And it's we've seen it's unraveling. We've seen other things this week. We've seen like the Paradise Papers with people dodging tax. We've seen the fucking Priti Patel going off to fucking try and doing her own foreign affairs and giving money to fucking the Israeli army, taking money off Palestinian fucking people, and all these things now hopefully are all starting to unravel because
someone's at the balls to fucking stand.
Well, not only that people are starting. Hopefully, there's less places to hide this, and there's still plenty of places to hide.
That's what started it. You've always got to have a starting point. Someone like Corey Feldman coming forward, going.
But he's been coming forward for 20 years.
No, he has, but now he's got. That's what he was saying. He needed someone to stand with him, and now people are starting to go. I'm gonna say he abused me. He done this. But you've got people like, Gwyneth Paltrow, who was like, he was alright with him, who kind of alluded to the fact that he did sleep with him.
But you're still going to get people, aren't you? Going to go. You're still going to have people going, well, what's the big problem? You're famous. You're a millionaire. What's the problem? Like I tell you what I did see last week. I seen one with what's her name from Kill Bill?
Uma
Thurman, and she was asked a question, and it was one of the most unbelievable 2 minutes of interviews. She was absolutely fucking fuming. Like the expression on her face was unbelievable. She just went,
like, what did he say? Like,
she went, what do you think? She just went, no. She said, what do you think? And she just went, she just basically said, I have said things in the past in anger that I've come to regret. She said, when I have calmed down, and she was fucking fuming, absolutely raging, and she just went, when I have calmed down, whenever that may be, I will give my answer to that question. But she was fucking shaking with anger. It was unbelievable.
About Weinstein?
No, just about the whole thing. She was like, she was triggered, and she went, I will not answer that till I've calmed down by the whole situation. It was unbelievable. But like you've just said, there will be people out there who are like, well, what's the problem? You got what you wanted in life.
No, and there'll be other people who go, you know what, Madonna has quite openly come out and said she was a girl who was up against other girls. She wanted this career, she didn't have anything. She was quite happy to shag a few fellas, which opened doors. And now she's got, what damage that's done to her mentally or in her own life, I don't know. But she's openly said, I sucked him, I fucked him, I've done that, and now I'm a multi-millionaire and successful. So I've got.
But for every one of her, I bet you there's 50 who got offered all the same promises, who are now smackheads, died, whatever.
Or done it and then regretted it because of.
I've got nowhere out of it. it's abuse. It's as simple as that. It's abuse.
Of course it is.
And it spreads abuse as well. Abuse will spread abuse. It's fucking grim.
I know, if it was one of them where two of them consented and it was like, well, you know, if you do this, you know, and they weren't thinking, but it is.
But it's like that's still abuse, though,
well,
isn't
of course it is, because you're going. You're saying, come and sit on my knee and I'll give you. It's fucking bribery. Yeah. It is what it is. It's fucking you know, so different than going, have a drink with me and we'll see what happens.
The worst thing is, though, well, I don't know if this is the worst thing, but after everything that's happened, I seen yesterday that the Prime Minister of our country went to celebrate the Daily Mail, what's his name, Paul Bacra, is the 25th anniversary of the Daily Mail. A fucking absolute scumbag. After the week she's had, where 3 people should have been sacked, and they weren't.
But the whole government's not fit for
purpose. That's part of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're going to celebrate with a man who is part of all of this, and after all that, you just go, no, keep me head down.
But don't forget, mate, it's not the same thing, of course, but it's the same principle.
Yeah.
All the shit that goes on, the corruption and everything, fucking governments, it's corrupt as fuck.
Yeah, of course.
Let's be honest. It's all.
But that's who the answer to.
But they go to that.
That's who the answer to.
And that's the
fella who has, you know, all that is offshore.
That's the thing, isn't it?
You go
and that's when you look, you go,
it's all rigged,
it's
mate.
It's
all rigged. It's all rigged.
Fucking scary,
it's all rigged. Let's
lighten it up now.
We've had our mode. Yeah. Let's talk about.
Let me start. Go on. This one. Go on. Police raid man's home after Amazon's Alexa device blasted music and held a party on its own at 2 a.m. Angry neighbours call the police after they were awoken by noise coming from Oliver Haberströ's flat. Police raided the man's home after the Amazon Alexa device blasted music. The flat was empty. The 29-year-old was out with friends. He says the music turned on even though he didn't give any instructions to his voice-activated virtual assistant. Police arrived. There was nobody there in Germany, Pinneberg in Germany, before 2 a.m. Officers brought a locksmith. When he got in, there was nobody there. He wrote to Amazon on Facebook saying he'd been out with his friends in a bar. How good's that?
That's brilliant.
Alexa's
That's
just
scary, isn't it?
I know when you look deeper, it is scary because it's the robot.
You think about what other things could happen,
like sex robots, activated voice
sex
control.
robots activates off Baz's. Holly Willoughby activates sex robot after
Alexa.
telly turns on or something.
I'm just going to look for Holly Willoughby sex robot.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we didn't do a show last week. I was in Lyon, which was great. Fantastic trip over there, apart from the results of the game.
Fantastic, really.
And trains, boss. Got the train all the way to Lyon.
Trains are great.
Trains are great. Stopped in, obviously went to London from Liverpool. Went to see the little Harry Potter 3 1/4 wall thing. Loads of people getting pictures with it. That's it, 9 3/4. Loads of people getting like 20 quid to get your picture taken. Scandalous. Absolutely scandalous. But that looks boss anyway.
Yeah.
Then over to the St Pancras to go over to France. It was great because the Disney train was getting announced before us, and Mickey and Donald announced the Disney train.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Brilliant. Through the tunnel. Superb. Paris, obviously. Swapped at Paris. Got to see our new signing on Yakuru. Had a little chat with him. Asked him if he was coming in January. He said hopefully. Then to Lyon, and it was brilliant. And Lyon was brilliant. Loads of people coming up asking, "Where's Baz? Where's Baz? Where's Baz?"
In work.
He said he's in work. He's got 3 kids. Can't come to Lyon.
Just in work.
No, but it was great. Lovely city. And yeah, a good time. Apart from the game, their stadium was like in Wigan, basically. Honestly, it was like in Wigan. It was like 12 kilometres outside the city centre, so it was like the equivalent of like Liverpool to Wigan.
Was it?
Mad trip. It was a train, tram, bus to get there as well. It was nuts. It was all fucking nuts. But it was great. Stadium was unbelievable. That before, I think it's on the video. I did the match experience. Just before kick-off, it wasn't like, players just come out. The whole stadium went black. Like, they turned all the lights off.
Yeah.
Then started playing all this music, like house music. And then all the lights came on, but it was all coordinated like a disco. So it'd be like all these lights. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant the way they did it. The seats were terrible themselves. The big, massive, like, metal gate between the away end and the home end. Pathetic. I don't know what problems they have in France, but pathetic. And this big net. So couldn't really see one of the goals. Because of this. No, because it was like a big metal partition. Big metal partition. Loads of fans couldn't get tickets. They were already over there, so why didn't he? There was a massive bit next to us, no fans in. Mental, I think, didn't just give us it, because that would have just meant loads of Everton fans in Lyon. So no, it was good. It's always brilliant. I love going on European aways. So it's nice, different cult. It's nice to go to places that you probably wouldn't go otherwise.
Yeah.
You're like, there'd be no reason to. We all get, sort of sucked into going to the big places, so it's nice to go to the little places. I suppose it's like Liverpool. It's like when people come here, they go, "Oh, mightn't have thought of coming here," and it's dead nice. So it was dead nice. It was good time. Loads of people coming up. I saw someone Toffee TV and good.
The TV with a crap.
Yeah, game was shit. Game was shit. I thought we were alright for a bit, but
You have a good night the night before.
Yeah, the night before out with Degsy Mount, a few berries with Degsy Mount. Took him in this bar, and when I took him in, there was basically the 85 song was getting sung, which was good timing. He got mobbed in there. I don't know how much he appreciated that, actually.
No, it's not a fuming.
No, but it was good. It was.
Where did you stay?
Stayed in. Stayed by the station. The train station, Lyon Part 2, it was called. There's an area called Lyon Part 2, so it was like hot shots. or as the fella said on the train, it sounded like Lyon Pardew, so we just call it the Alan Pardew.
Alan Pardew,
call it the Pards.
It's like party time with Pards.
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright, right by the train station. A bit of away from where like all the action was. It was one of them. We got there, and then you get dragged to one place, and and then it's the next day you find that everything's actually going on miles away in another place. And then after the game, to be honest, we just went back to the hotel, because by the time we got out to the ground, even though it was an earlier kick-off, by the time we got out the ground and then got back from fucking Wigan, it was like 11 o'clock.
From Wigan.
That's what it was like. Like in the middle of nowhere. It was like literally in the middle of nowhere. We had to be on the train at 9 o'clock the next morning, so there's no point going out now at everyone. So we'd been obviously out in the day as well, so it was good. That was the way to do those day trips. Fuck that, I never want to do one of them again. To European. I don't know when we'll ever do another European game, to be honest. So
no.
But no, it's good.
Anglo-Italian Cup, maybe.
Yeah, that maybe. So no, it's good.
Excellent. The pity. It'd be nice to go and have a chance of winning, getting through. Wouldn't it have been nice to go over there and think, well, the result, doesn't matter because we're through anyway. Not the result doesn't matter because we're out. But
Atalanta will be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Nutella has changed its colour and it's caused murder.
Fuming.
Caused murder. They've changed the ratio of the milk in it, and it's going to make it a bit lighter.
Put more sugar in it.
People are not happy. People are not happy. Fuming. Absolutely. When will people learn you can't mess about with these things?
Don't fuck about with stuff.
You can't mess about.
Don't fuck about with white chocolate, putting it on Twixes and shit. Yes, you, Joe, knobhead, posting pictures to me of white Twixes. Don't mess with Nutella. No, we had the other week Nuttoka from an Aldi or something.
Oh yeah,
because we just got it, and that's dark.
Was that nice?
It was lovely. That's not getting changed. So
all Jag Nutella.
It was, and it was nice. So all of those people who got it over Nutella changed. Just go to Jag Nutella, Nuttoka. It's well better.
Anything Jag's better.
But Nutella's lovely. But
why
did he mess with it?
Because they think it's probably some kind of EU regulation.
Dickheads. I remember years ago, me and me missus, who was obviously my girlfriend, and Friday night we'd get a pizza from Tesco and watch a film, and
the life.
It was great.
The life.
High life. But we used to have a tuna and sweet corn pizza from Tesco's. It was amazing, thin and crispy. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right? What did he do? Change the fucking recipe.
Oh yeah.
And put other shit on it. So you got it. We got it to fit, and it was just shit. I mean, like,
do you not think of making your own then?
It was not the same. They had it perfect. Like, you dickheads that fucking put white chocolate on Twixes. Bastards.
Talking about changing things, Twitter 280.
Shite.
Not liking it.
No.
Because you've sort of gone off Twitter anyway, haven't you, recently?
It's shit full of dickheads, to be honest.
You know you don't have to follow them, don't you?
I know, and I do, but it's just and even the stuff that I see that I'm not involved in, nothing to do with me, but gets me down. Some people's views just get me. It's like this morning. I was being on it this morning because I was eating my breakfast. I had some time and on it. Someone had messaged me, and I go on it because I get people message me and stuff. And I went on it, and people I just see like bitching about bitching about manager stuff. So I'll just put it very. Who do you want? Forget Simeone and forget Tuchel for now. Just imagine they're nowhere near. Who is it? Who's acceptable? I'm not messing. Well, 50 people answered me. The first 25 were 25 different names. Honest to his name, I know.
That's why
I mean, some people put Pardy and people are taking one put Kenny Jacket, which was fucking boss. But others were like Favre and this, that, and you're going through it, so nobody can even agree.
I know.
On stuff, you know.
I know.
And then in the end, people are going, well, if we're going to get Simeone, I'd have Unsworth till the summer. And you're going, you just fucking said you didn't want him. Fucking mad. So 280 characters. It's one of them. Sometimes you wish you'd had a few more characters, but it's changing what Twitter was.
I think what'll happen is it'll settle down and you'll stop getting all these dickhead tweets where everyone's using like the whole thing and it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever because they're just using the thing on the left.
It's like it's circle now, isn't it? That's
I like it because there are times where you just want a little bit more room, but I'm not going to make, well, I've got 280 here, I'm going to try and smash 280. I just like the fact that you can have a little bit more. But the thing I really want is an edit button. Just for those little you get one chance for your edit, so you can just change a couple of. You know, when you put a boss tweet out.
I've done that. Yeah.
Boss tweet, and you go, you look at it again.
So bastard,
and then and then it spelled something wrong, and you just like, bastard, that was a boss tweet. And that's all I want, just a thing. No, that could be done over because he probably what they're saying is, well, there might be a boss tweet. It might say something like, I don't know, something dead nice, and then the person might go, I'm going to edit this and say, Nazi's a boss, or something, and it's been retweeted like 1 million times, and then everyone's retweeted Nazi's a boss, or something, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But what about like an edit button? Like, I don't know, you can listen to the geniuses, that has to be edited like 5 minutes after the original tweet, and it's just a... It's
1 minute after
and it's just a grammar, it's just a grammar thing, that's all.
My autocorrect changes some shit sometimes, and you're like, when I looked, it didn't say that. Why the fuck have you changed it, dickhead? To my phone. My phone's like, well, you can't call me dickhead really because my phone, but you know what I mean. Bastards.
No, I
don't like it.
All right.
I don't get me wrong. It's not keep me up.
I don't like change.
It's just too. I think it's too long. I think it could have gone to like 175. I think that'd have been good. 180, 108.
What they should have done is they should have maybe like, look, I mean, they've got people who work there and gone, right, what's like the average, what do we feel like is the average number of characters over, like, say someone writes something over 2 tweets, what's the average amount they need, and then go,
maybe someone said it's 280.
Oh well, fair enough. We'll all get used to it. It's like the pizza. And
I didn't get used to it. Stop doing it. Nutella's great. The pizza has stopped.
I just hope it doesn't become one of those things where it's like it is like Facebook, where it's people are just going on and on and on. Just try and keep to the 140 and see.
The whole thing with Twitter was that was what was good about it. It was just a short, sharp boom, wasn't it?
Boom. Keep it short and sharp.
People got round it, didn't he, by putting threads and notes.
Threads and notes.
Because I wanted to use more than 140 characters. Yeah. This is me, and then doing like a screenshot of notes,
tweet longer and all that kind of thing.
You know what I mean?
So there's always been ways around it, and it's just if you've got anything really important to say. My tweets are normally like, fuck off, you nonce or something. Do you know what I mean? I mean that's the way I roll. Subs at swat, or you know what I mean, something like that. May's a cunt or whatever.
All right,
I'm just saying.
I got it from the first bit. I got it. I got what you were going for. I was on trend with the theme and knew what it was.
I just can't wait to see what Big Neb's jokes are like now.
Fucking hell. It's Save the Cat or his fucking skeletons.
Big skeletons.
It's all over the skeletons, really. He's skeletoned up, hasn't he?
He's gone out there, hasn't he? We've got a couple. This one with the plane. Plane had to be.
Oh, the plane
Had to be diverted.
Diverted, because basically, fella is, thinks he's on a toilet or something, and his bird's got his phone, his wife's got his phone. Bird, fuck off, pass. His wife's got his phone, and unlocked it, and discovered that basically he's being given a little bit of love to someone else. So she's discovered his infidelity whilst in the air, and basically she's caused absolute iron girder. She's caused shite on that plane. No, she's caused more shit than trying to fit 4 number 10s into the Everton team. It's all gone off, and basically they've had to land the plane because she was just going tits up, literally. He'd gone tits up and she was going really tits
Not
up.
the places of being stuck inside that metal tube.
It's bad for
everybody else. Because you just... I mean, I've never really been on a... I've done me I did my story when I came back from America this year, when I was saying about there was a person who made me feel very uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And but imagine being on a plane where something goes off, and you don't know what's going on, and you're just thinking...
Scary, isn't it? Because I've seen the footage of that earlier in the year, and the fella started fighting on the fucking plane because over the seat or something. You can see everyone like that because you're in that restricted place, aren't you? So arguing and all that, and it sounds dead loud and everything. People today, you just be like, well, love, get a room. Well, literally, don't get a room. No, mad.
It's a mad one.
It's not the place. The time or the place is not on a plane. I'm sorry.
I mean, how thick are
snakes on a plane?
The thing is, how thick are planes? You know what I mean? Like, if you punch someone and they hit the
how thick is it?
Like, how
they
thick
don't understand.
How thick are the walls?
What kind of dent is it? She's not going to punch him and he's going to go back, and then it's back shape in the thing.
It just flew out in a hole.
He gets sucked out, wouldn't he? Which caused this problem in the first place by the looks of it.
Yeah, because that's no coming back from that either, is there? Falling on a plane.
No,
I wouldn't have thought so anyway. So he would have been a snake on a plane. Literally, the snake on the plane.
Wasn't he?
Let's finish off.
Let's
finish off very quickly.
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the morning in Dundee at a party. It's a fancy dress party, and it's gone off. Jesus has attacked a Jedi, and it's gone off.
That's what he says to Jedi. Luke, I am your father. God.
Would you think of you think of two races or two sets of principles that shouldn't be fighting each other? It's definitely Jesus and a Jedi.
Yeah, most definitely. Jesus shouldn't be fighting anybody, really.
Strictly speaking, is that true?
Well, who should he be fighting? The devil? No, it's the Satan. It's the such thing. No.
But if you believe in God, surely you believe in Satan.
Why do you believe in Satan?
Well, don't they go hand in hand?
No. You don't skip
That's
down.
Controversial.
It is controversial.
That's controversial.
It is.
Because I thought they went hand in hand.
They don't go hand in hand, do they?
So they don't go hand in hand?
In my opinion, they don't.
So there's not a heaven and hell?
No.
So is there a heaven?
There's a heaven.
So where do all the bad people go?
Heaven. Because he's forgiven. It's a forgiven Lord, isn't it? It's a Lord forgiveness. So you can see then.
This is controversial.
It's not.
Is this not a controversial stance? I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, is this a controversial stance?
I don't. What's my stance?
Okay, so it's just your stance. Because I thought there was a heaven and a hell. I think you had to believe in both.
It's portrayed as
so
hell.
What did he do in the desert? For 40 days and 40 nights?
Well, yeah.
So what did he do?
Allegedly fought off Satan, but did he though?
Controversial. This could be for another episode.
Was it his conscience? So
you're saying Jesus was mentally ill?
Because he's got a conscience? No. Fucking thirsty, maybe, because he was in the desert.
So Jesus was mentally ill for 40 days and 40
I didn't
nights.
say he was mentally ill. It's your words, not mine. Stop trying to put words in my mouth.
Was he from Mars?
Was Jesus from Mars? I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows where he was from?
That's a controversial. I didn't think
the Jedi might have been from Mars.
Well, listen, the Jedi, there's nothing more real than Jedi's, Baz. Let's get that right. Let's get that right.
Were they fighting with lightsabers?
I don't think Jesus ever had a lightsaber.
He didn't, but...
I don't think he did.
Might have took one. How would he fight?
That would be theft.
Well, not if you're just using it to fight. Self-defence.
I think that crosses a couple of moral lines that Jesus doesn't want to cross.
Well, you know, maybe sometimes in the cold light of day, you've got to. We shouldn't have been fighting anybody there, because he didn't fight the Romans, did he? When
Jesus,
he was like kicking the shit out of
Jesus
them.
shouldn't have been fighting the Jedi. That's for sure.
That's for sure. The
But,
Jedi probably shouldn't really have been fighting Jesus. Why would they want him?
But they might see him as a threat.
In what way? He'd be stood there with a fucking loincloth on.
Because the Jedi don't go up against people who think they're all powerful, who want to rule over us. Isn't that basically what Jesus wanted?
Well, he didn't want to rule over. He didn't want to, he just did. He didn't want to, did
He didn't want to.
Well, it is what he is, isn't he? He was there to bring the message of God, wasn't he? That's what he was here for.
Okay.
To bring the Lord's message down.
Okay.
To say, listen, you know.
But to be fair, you would definitely feel
he
like...
never said he was the king.
But I would definitely think Jesus actually probably was a Jedi.
I think he was a Jedi.
Because
he had the cloak.
Jedis are more powerful when they become Force ghosts. And that's essentially what Jesus has been for the last 2,000 years, isn't it? A Force ghost, basically. I mean, he doesn't appear... He's never appeared to me. But I'm sure...
Do you?
Well, there was that one time in Hollywood when that fella asked me to... But that's a difference.
For all you know, he could be...
It could be you.
Could be your dad. Could be me.
I don't think my dad's God. I mean, he's got a three-lettered name, but that's Bob.
You just don't know, do you? You don't know.
I'm going to take my chances and say, you know, I'm going to take my chances. I mean, you know, fair enough. I mean, like what you're saying, but I'm just going to take my chances with that. Yeah, there you go. To be honest,
so basically, what was the story? Jesus was fighting with a Jedi.
Yeah. I just thought
Is it a fucking joke?
But I've been rocked to my core by your revelations that you don't believe in the devil.
I don't believe there's a hell.
Oh, that's fine.
I really don't.
I just thought they went hand in hand.
I believe in forgiveness. Yeah, but there's a lot of things. I've said this before when we've discussed the Bible, the teachings and stuff that I don't believe in, that I think's bollocks. It's all there to shape and form.
Well, with that revelation that Baz is a jar Christian.
I'm not a jar Christian at all.
You're an Aldi Christian. Baz the Aldi Christian. There you go. That's your tag word. That's your tag word for have you watched the whole episode? It's Aldi Christian. There you have it. This has
Christian
been
Aldi. We should have bought him.
Christian Aldi. Oh,
the window. He'd be good.
What's
the story?
That was it.
What happened?
Jesus had a fight
party
against the Jedi at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think they both got locked up for it.
Hang on. So they could lock a Jedi and Jesus up.
Or was Jesus there the next morning? Or did he appear in a garden? Did he appear in a garden? I don't think... I know it's Dundee. But I think they've got...
proper jails.
I think they've got proper jails.
Not just a stone.
We probably need them more. Place like Dundee. There you go. Wasn't a stone, it's just a big piece of Dundee cake as well. It's heavy shit, that. It's heavy shit,
nice
though.
Dundee
you need a proper cuppa with that, though.
Yeah,
because it's dry as fuck.
Dip.
I mean, that will sit there for a long time.
Without you have got it.
Well, it's a treble dip of that. You know what I mean? Listen, Scots know.
They know the shit.
Well, this the thing is. But that's why they use shortbread. Because they know that, you know, they have to make food that was going to last. So it couldn't just be a one dip.
No, we can't.
It has to be.
Why have they got to make food that's going to last?
Well, because they were, you know, stuck up there with the bastard English ravishing them. So they had to make sure they made food. Stuck in the Highlands.
Yeah.
You know, probably had it stored up the kilt. And they have to, so it has to be. It has to also be a source of insulation as well. Not just
able to take.
Not just a good food.
Moisture.
Exactly. Yeah. It has to be nice and dry. You know, probably shove it up everywhere. There you have it. On that. Don't forget, Aldi Christian. Thanks for watching any of the business. We'll see you later.